Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my next video. I'm somewhere in Rhodes Park, here at the Gallery Office Park, where you find the Letchwe Trust Gallery. At this particular gallery, there's an exhibition that is running, and this special exhibition is about one of Zambia's prominent visual artists, who is no other than Henry Nkole Tayali. So I welcome you to this video, and for those that are new on this channel, I encourage you to subscribe and also hit that bell button so that wherever I post any new video, you can be notified. For now, we are going to go inside the Letchwe Trust Gallery so that we look at some of the paintings as well as sculptures, including print pieces that were executed by this prominent Zambian visual artist by the name of Henry Nkole Tayali. So you are welcome, and also stay tuned. So as you enter at the Gallery Park office, you are greeted by the famous bull, the metal sculpture executed by Henry Tayali himself. And this bull used to be at Galunya Farms at Airport Road, and it was brought to the Gallery Park so that it can be part of the exhibition by the famous artist Henry Tayali. So if you check somewhere here, this bull was hit by a speeding vehicle, and it will be restored very soon so that it goes back to its original status. And there are some deformities somewhere here on the mouth, and they'll be restoring it. And a good number of sculptors from within Lusaka have volunteered themselves to come and restore this famous bull. So this exhibition started running from February, and is still running. It will be ending on the 20th of April. So those of you that would like to come and view some of the artworks by the famous artists, you can come to Letchwe Gallery within Lusaka. You come and see the paintings, the sculptures, and so on and so forth. So this bull was is actually a property by Galunya Farms, for Galunya Farms rather. So it was brought here by Letchwe Trusts through, I would say it was brought here just for exhibition's sake. Otherwise, it's supposed to go back once the exhibition is done. So that's the famous bull by Henry Nkole Tayali, Zambia's prominent visual artist, who died in 1987. So we are at Tayali'S Gallery, and let's explore and check out the exhibition that is going on for the one of Zambia's prominent visual artists, who is no other than Henry Tayali. So let's explore. The Tayali'S Art Gallery is a modern art gallery. Once you walk through the modern glass doors, it looks very modern and very expensive facility. This is an exhibition by one of Zambia's most prominent visual artists, who is no other than Henry Tayali. In this exhibition, the most famous painting by this particular artist, entitled Destiny, is on display. That is the original painting, as well as the replica painting. And also on display are some of the segments or cutouts that have been reprinted and also framed and are on display in this exhibition. The other artworks that are on display by Henry Tayali includes paintings, printmaking, some sculptures, and some few photos. This particular exhibition opened its doors to the general public on the 20th of February 2026 and will run all the way to the 19th of April 2026, when it will close its doors. The exhibition is entitled Destiny, and the theme is showcasing an iconic painting, Destiny, and other works of art by Henry Tayali. So I encourage you to relax and also enjoy as I take you through this iconic exhibition, Destiny. So for those that are new on this channel, you can simply do me a favor by subscribing and also hitting that notification button, so that every time I post a new video, you can be notified and also you can take part. Okay, so this particular exhibition is titled Destiny, and this is the original painting, Destiny, which was done or executed in the late 60s by Henry Tayali. So this particular painting was done between 1960 to 1965 using poster paint, gouache on paper, and the size of this painting is 100 centimeters by 142 centimeters. The painting Destiny depicts a chaotic, bustling urban scene rendered in a vibrant, almost cartoon-like style with exaggerated forms and bright colors. The composition is dominated by a massive cloud of people filling the foreground and spilling onto railroad tracks that cut through the center of the image. The figures are dressed in varied clothing, some in modern attire, others in more antiquated or stylized outfits, suggesting a mix of time periods or symbolic representation of humanity. In the middle of the cloud, two large sculptural fountains, one shaped like an angel, serve as a focal point that divide the scene. A blue train or tram moves along in the right side, emitting white smoke, while workers in an orange elevated platform, possibly construction or signaling tower, gesture toward the cloud, adding the sense of activity and direction. The background features an industrial cityscape with tall Art Deco-inspired skyscrapers and ominous stormy skies filled with dark clouds, hinting at tension or impending change. On the far left, a tall building resembles a library or institutional structure with green draped elements and a red object on its top shelf. The overall atmosphere of this painting conveys a dramatic clash between industrial progress and human movement, suggesting themes of migration, revolution, or societal upheaval. The exaggerated details and vivid colors give the work an expressive narrative quality that draws the viewer into the frenetic energy of the scene. If you closely look at the different segments that have been reprinted and framed separately from the main painting, they highlight Tayali's ability to create impactful pieces from large works. The reprinted segments bring destiny into new spaces. They remind us of symbolism or messages that Henry Tayali is trying to convey to the viewers. Henry Tayali's work often explored different themes or motifs in one large work, and this painting is a prime example. The painting Destiny remains a significant artwork in Zambian contemporary art. For the art lovers, art enthusiasts, art collectors, as well as artists who have admired the Destiny painting and would have loved to own it, perhaps this is a chance for them to own part of the Destiny's painting by coming to this exhibition, which is still running up to April 20th, and purchase one of the segments or printouts from the main painting Destiny and own something done by the iconic visual artist. This also goes out to institutions of learning such as primary school, secondary school, as well as colleges of education and universities that are offering fine arts. This is a chance for these institutions of learning to also own these pieces so that they can use them as teaching and learning materials in their various institutions of learning. This also goes out to the general public, more especially to the parents. Bring your children to the gallery and see these iconic paintings on display. They are going to help your children to develop artistically. For those parents that have children who have special talent, more especially in art, or children who are artistic, I urge you to bring your children to art galleries so that they meet experts who are running these galleries so that they can be helped in terms of development in the art industry. These galleries have specialized their personnel in the arts who can help your children with the technical as well as the professional issues to do with visual arts in Zambia. So I encourage all the parents to bring your children to different galleries, not only here at Letchway Trust Gallery, but also there are other galleries that are dotted around the country. For example, the Livingstone Gallery, there is a gallery also at the Copperbelt Museum where artworks are displayed, as well as in Chipata where artworks are displayed at the Martin Piri Gallery. So take your children there so that they learn one or two things about contemporary Zambian visual arts. Visual arts is very important for the development of the children. It helps the children to know where they are coming from, know where they are, and know where they are going. It also helps the children to learn and know about their culture and about how their forefathers lived in the past. So, to all the parents, I urge you to take your children to these art galleries and meet these art experts so that they can help them to develop in the artistic way or artistic lifestyle. So another appeal also goes out to institutions of learning that are offering art and design. Institutions such as primary schools, secondary schools, universities and colleges to reserve some time so that they bring their learners to these art galleries. It's not just about buying artworks from these galleries or exhibitions that are taking place around the country, but also it's about education. So these artworks can also be used for education purposes. Like I mentioned earlier on, they can be used as teaching and learning aids. Then through that, learners are also learning about other things happening in the art industry. So schools such as Evelyn Horn College, Chalimbana University, that is offering a degree in fine arts. Also the famous Zambia Open University, that is offering the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Also there's an institution on the Copper Belt, which is Mufurila College of Education, which is also offering a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. You find time to take your students to these art galleries and so that they can learn one or two things. Among these institutions, more especially those at tertiary level, such as universities, there are those candidates or students that also training as curators. Those who want to be curators in future, they want to be curating in galleries and also curating maybe in museums, and also when art exhibitions are being conducted. So they can come through these galleries and learn how to curate art exhibitions as well as anything related to art in the gallery or in the museum. So it's an appeal to these institutions to bring their learners or students that are under training to come and learn one or two things practically. Then for those that are into writing or those that want to go into writing about art, maybe they want to write books or you want to be writing articles in different tabloids, daily tabloids that found in Zambia or anywhere else. This is a chance for you to find the right information. Actually, the right information can be found in these art galleries that are dotted around the country, and also museums where artworks are also displayed. So if you want to write anything about Henry Tayali, maybe you want to write anything about any other Zambian contemporary artist, these places, these institutions, they are like the storage of information about Zambian contemporary art. Almost all the artists, that is before and after independence, they are documented in these institutions of art, such as museums as well as art galleries. So I urge all these people to pass through and you have access to this information, so that you can have the right information and write about Zambian contemporary art. So it's an appeal to everyone. Take this chance. Henry Tayali was also famous for his abstract work. This painting, which is on display at the exhibition, is untitled abstract painting. The artwork is an abstract expressionist painting featuring a white background splashed with energetic strokes of blue, green, yellow, and black. The brushwork is dynamic and gestural, with sharp crossing lines and textured marks that create a sense of movement and spontaneity. The composition feels chaotic yet balanced, emphasizing emotion and the physical act of painting itself. This other painting depicts a dense, vibrant cloud of abstract figures rendered in bold, multicolored brushstrokes of orange, blue, green, red, and yellow, suggesting a lively mass of people. The individuals are blended and impressionistic, forming a textured sea of humanity that fills the lower three-quarters of the canvas. Above the cloud, the background transitions into a lighter atmospheric sky with splashes of pale blue, yellow, and white, hinting at an outdoor setting with expressive splatter accents. The overall effect conveys energy, movement, and collective presence through an expressive, non-realistic style. Another abstract work on display is this painting entitled Bus Terminal. The image shows an abstract painting filled with energetic, overlapping brushstrokes and splashes of bright primary colors: red, yellow, blue, orange, and secondary hues like green and pink, set against a mostly white background. The texture appears thick in places, suggesting the use of acrylic or oil pastel. The composition feels chaotic and expressive, with dynamic lines and color splashes that give it an emotional, spontaneous vibe typical of modern abstract expressionism. This block print shows two figures of a male and a female engaged in a dance activity. The block print is entitled The Night Was Long, which was executed in the year 1985. The block print is a typical African scene where a male invites a female on the dance floor. Also on display are some sketches of the bull, perhaps sketches which were used in preparation for the main artwork. Another interesting painting is this one, which is entitled. The painting depicts a vibrant, bustling street scene with a white and blue bus parked near a building on the right side. A crowd of lively children in bright yellow, green, blue, and red clothing rush energetically towards the bus. Some climbed onto it, while others appear to be running or playing in the foreground. The impression is one of the excitement and movement, capturing the dynamic energy of children gathering around the vehicle. Another interesting painting is this painting entitled Man in the Forest, executed using oil on canvas. The painting depicts a lone figure in a red garment sitting on a grassy hillside, playing a stringed instrument like a guitar or lute. The setting is a rustic landscape with green and brown trees, a red path leading into the scene, and roaring hillside under a soft sky. The style is watercolor with expressive brushstrokes, evoking a serene, contemplative mood. This painting, entitled Disco Dance, was executed in 1969 using oil on board. The painting, Disco Dance, depicts a vibrant, energetic scene of a crowded dance floor in a disco setting. A lively group of figures in a colorful clothing are dancing and moving energetically in front of a stage where a performer stands behind a podium or microphone. Above the scene, swirling yellow, white, and blue circular patterns suggest flashing disco lights filling the atmosphere with excitement and motion. The expressive brushstrokes convey the rhythm and celebratory mood of the disco experience. This other painting, entitled Beer Hall, was also executed using oil paints on board. The painting depicts a vibrant, clouded interior scene of a large hall filled with many people, mostly rendered in a bright yellow, oranges, reds, blues, and greens. The figures are shown in an impressionistic style, suggesting a lively gathering of individuals socializing or drinking in a communal space with a triangular roof and yellow walls leading to a darker doorway at the back. This painting, entitled Couple Walking, depicts two figures, a man in blue clothing and a woman in brown, strolling arm in arm down a dirty path lined with green trees and blue sky, rendered in bold, expressive brushstrokes of oil paint. Another interesting painting is this painting entitled Brothers, which is an abstract, fiery composition dominated by swirling orange, red, and yellow brushstrokes that suggest intense energy and movement. Sparse hints of blue and purple break through the warm mass, adding contrasts. The textured layered strokes give the work an emotional, almost chaotic feel of intertwined force or figures. So on one of the walls of the gallery, you'll find the bull, which is outside, but on this one, it's a picture of the bull that is framed. You find it on the wall, which is entitled Karl Marx. So Henry Tayali titled this one Karl Marx. Then there's also a picture of Queen Elizabeth being introduced to the bull. So that's where the idea came from. This untitled abstract painting is a densely layered composition of fragmented brushstrokes in multiple colors: red, blue, yellow, orange, and white, applied in a chaotic mosaic-like texture that creates an energetic, textured surface with no recognizable forms, suggesting an expressive, spontaneous application of paint. The painting Thinkers is another abstract painting by Henry Tayali. It is a vibrant composition of bold red, yellow, green, and blue brushstrokes that swell together to suggest layered, expressive figures or thoughts. The energetic, textured strokes create a chaotic yet intense atmosphere that evokes deep contemplation or intellectual energy. This untitled painting is an abstract composition work featuring chaotic, energetic brushstrokes and splashes of vivid colors, red, blue, black, yellow, and green, layered over a light background, creating a dynamic, expressive composition that suggests movement and spontaneity. Clouded Scene is another abstract painting by Henry Tayali, which is a vibrant canvas filled with dense overlapping brushstrokes of red, orange, pink, blue, yellow, and brown that creates a chaotic, energetic texture suggesting a bustling, clouded atmosphere. Town Center is another abstract composition, which is a dense abstract artwork of layered brushstrokes in warm and cool hues. Reds, yellows, oranges mixed with greens and blues, creating a textured mosaic-like surface that suggests a bustling urban scene reduced to energetic color fragments. Another abstract work executed by Henry Tayali is this untitled painting, which is a work filled with energetic, multicolored brushstrokes that suggest chaotic movement of human-like figures blending into a vibrant, expressive cloud scene on a light background. Then there is this woodcut print, which is entitled Silent Prayer, depicts a solid black silhouette of a seated figure with head bowed, surrounded by an energetic halo of jagged white and black lines radiating outward and downward, suggesting an aura of intense inward spiritual energy or meditation. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Henry Tayali was a very versatile multidiscipline artist who executed artworks in many art forms. So, for those that are new on this channel, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell so that every time when a new video pops up on this channel, you can be notified so that you can take part. Other forms of art displayed at these particular exhibitions are metal sculptures, like this one, which is entitled The Cosmos, is a sculpture which is a mixed media piece combining bronze, wood, and stone. It features a dark bronze lattice-carved spherical top resting on a tapered wooden middle section, which sits on a black stone base, evoking an abstract celestial form. The metal sculpture entitled Thinking Man depicts a seated abstract human figure assembled from welded scrap metal pieces. The angular skeletal form suggests a contemplative posture, head tilted forward as if in deep thought, with elongated legs and arms forming a tense, geometric structure on a rectangular base. The rusted texture gives it an industrial, raw feel, emphasizing the theme of intellectual struggle or human cognition, crafted from fragmented materials. This metal sculpture, entitled The Warrior with a Spear, depicts a dynamic, abstract figure of a warrior in a fighting stance, crafted from welded scrap metal fragments. The angular, jagged pieces form an energetic pose, with one leg extended and the opposite arm holding a spear, conveying a tension and movement. The textured industrial material gives the piece a rugged, heroic feel. Then there is this other metal sculpture which is titled Running. It depicts an abstract dynamic figure made of welded scrap metal pieces arranged to suggest a human body in mid-stride. The elongated angular limbs convey motion and energy, capturing the idea of sprinting or running through its stretched posture and unbalanced stance on a rectangular base. And then there is this metal sculpture entitled Eagle. The sculpture is a metal artwork depicting an African fish eagle caught in flight. It's crafted entirely from scrap metal. The body is formed from shaped metal sheets textured to suggest withered flesh, with reddish-brown patina applied to the torso area to mimic plumage. The wings consist of elongated, pointed metal shards riveted to a central metal base, giving a sharp dynamic silhouette. The head is fashioned from twisted metal strips that shape a curved beak, and the entire eagle is mounted on a slender metal branch that acts as its perch, conveying the impression of the bird soaring or landing. The metallic surface blends smooth finishes with jagged edges, emphasizing the eagle's powerful airborne form. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to sign off. Thank you very much for joining me, and many thanks goes to the Letchwe Trust Gallery Management for giving me this opportunity to come and execute this video in the right in the gallery. So many thanks goes to them. And also for those that are new on this channel, I encourage you to subscribe, of course, to this channel and hit that bell button so that every time when I post a new video, you can be notified and also take part. So have a great one and see you in the next video.